Drink up, ye mateys, yo-ho! Okay guys, so last week I threw this little thing together pretty fast. Actually, this is a very quick, great little project to do. I mean, you can basically build this thing in less than 20 minutes, besides painting it. Anyway, I put this thing together last week, threw it out there on Hunter's Hangout Facebook page. Got a lot of people wanting to know, see the structure on the inside of it and see how I did it. So anyway, as I promised on Facebook, that I would do a quick how-to little tutorial on how I put this thing together. Very simple, very easy. There's very limited materials you'll need. One of the horrible things about being a hunter is the commitment to having your product. Your number one thing you're going to need is a bottle. This just happens to be a little rum bottle. I enjoy drinking it. So you'll need a bottle. You're going to need a coat hanger, some baling wire, and some kind of cloth. The cloth I got here is left over from some of the things I've used before. It's almost like a sheet type material, but I mean, you can use an old t-shirt, whatever. This one actually has old t-shirt material put on it that I just cut up and do together. So anyway, let me get started and I'll show you how to put this thing together. Alright, so to start this out, we're going to take just a good wire clothes hanger from Walmart and just cut the top off. We won't need that. This is going to be your structure on your arms. This will be the structure for your arms. Just cut off the end of it, if I can get this to cooperate. Straighten it out. Now we have it fairly straight. Just bring it around. Bring the two ends together at the top as well as you can and form it down. We'll squeeze up the bottom. Now we're going to take our empty bottle, shove your coat hanger down in there. I don't know about, I'm just getting that in just past the lip here, doesn't really matter. And then simply bend one end over and bend over your other end. Not that difficult. Next thing I did was bend my arms down some, brought them out to the pose that I liked. Your arms and hands, or arms coming out, this can be shaped any way you like it. To make sure that the end of the cape was round at the end, I just simply bent the wire around. Just like that. Do the same thing on your other hand. Oh, too much. Let's bend it right here. Now you got two rounded off corners that'll hold that cape out for you. There we go. That's it. That's the structure to the inside. Next thing we're going to do is start measuring out the cloth for it. One good little thing that I got right here I use on a lot of paper mache projects. This is a plate of wax that I made. This was leftover candles that were burnt down where they couldn't be used anymore. And I just threw the candles into a pot, melted them down, let it cool off, flip the pot over. Then I have a nice little plate. And when I do my mache projects, I can put mache right on this, whether it's clay or what we're doing here, let it dry up, and it won't stick to it, it'll peel right off. So I use it on a lot of my projects. So we're going to take a piece of material, drape it over, try to get mine to where it was just laying down on one side. And then just laying down on the other side. And then cut off the extra. Now we got our material measured out. Just take it, fold it in half, as close to half as you can get. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then along the bottom edge of your material here, that's going to be the bottom of the cape. I just simply took some scissors and cut in some strands. That easy. Now for the top though, we want to make one little cut. We got this folded in half. Fold it in half again to kind of find the center point right there. And then took my scissors and made one little bitty cut. Just one small hole. Because you'll need this hole right here whenever you set in the wiring for the hood that's going to drape over it. So we got that. Mock it up one more time real quick. Okay, so we got our first piece of cloth cut and kind of sitting there. Next we're going to need cloth for the arms to finish off this cloak. So I just kind of put a piece on, have a look at the length. I like the way that drapes down. So we'll fold this in half. And I like the cloaks to be, you know, hanging further down at the front and then come up in the back. So we'll fold this piece of cloth in half. Then I'll take a pair of scissors, because it's going to be hard to do and show you guys this at the same time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start my cut right down here at the bottom corner, and then I'm just going to kind of cut at an upward angle right there. Until we got something that looks like this. And then same as the bottom, you're just gonna make little cuts. Up your material. Just like that. That ought to work pretty decent. And we'll do the same thing for the other arm as well. Yeah, it's pretty decent there. Fold it in half, and again, we're just going to cut it at an angle, just like the other side. So we have another piece like that, and then we're just going to simply cut it like that. Now the arms are ready. Then I like on mine, on the other one finish up here, I like the cloak in the center to have some depth and dimension as well. So what I did was took a piece of cloth, cut it to where it would drape, just like this. And then the same thing as we did with the bottom, or the arms, or the bottom of the robe, and just make cuts in it. Easy as that. We got all these ready. Now all our pieces are ready, all except for the hood. I don't need the hood cut yet. We're going to go ahead and move to the next step, which is where we're just going to, it's almost like if any of you guys have done a monster mud project and a big project outside, it's the same basis, the same idea. We're just going to take this material, so dip it in monster mud. I've just got a paper-mache paste that's ready to go. My paste I use is wood glue, water, flour, and salt mixed up to a pancake consistency. So instead of using the monster mud, we're just going to use paper-mache paste. Dip your material down in there. Make sure it gets a good coat. Of your paper-mache paste all the way through it. Now that we got this coated, squeeze out some of the extra. I don't even think I squeezed that much out the first one I did. I'm just going to take this and drape it right over the top. Now remember that little cut we made, I want to make sure that's on the mouth of your bottle. Now I'm just going to bring all this in at the bottom, scrunch it up. Nice thing about this is you can just take the two pieces of cloth with the paper-mache mixture, bring them together, squeeze them together, and they'll hold their shape and basically glue themselves together right in that nice little shape. And then you can do the same thing, you know, on the front or the back. You can squeeze the cloth together, give yourself some interesting wrinkles through it. I mean, you can take the time to do that or not do it. Doesn't really matter, it's your personal preference. I really, honestly don't think there's a way to screw up this project. It's just straightforward, easy project to do. There we go. So that's the back. Probably can't see that because of the camera. I'll pick it up. There's the back. I'll roll it back around. There's your front. Now I'm going to do the arms. Okay, moving on to the final step. Got two pieces of, basically it's a baling wire type material. It's very easy to bend. I just took this stuff and bent it into what I felt was like you know, a HUD shape opening. Stuck it down inside our bottle right here to get the top part of the hood. Bend that a little bit and have him look down. And I have a smaller piece of wire for the back and bent it as well into a smaller round shape. I'm going to stick it through. As well to prop our hood up. I have another piece of material. that we're going to wind up draping over the top of her hood. That needs to stick just a wee bit better. Oops. So the only halfway tricky part is this. Is these wires, we don't want to glue these in place, because these wires are going to come out after we're done, which will give us that nice open faceless head the other one has. So then on the bottom side of the material on this for the hood, did the same thing. Just made cuts. And there we go. Now all we got to do is set this in front of the fan to dry. And she's ready for paint. And you got one hoodless ghoul. Headless. Got a hood. No head. Hood, no head. That simple. There it is, completed. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, super easy, doesn't really take any talent at all to put this thing together. Bottle, material, clothes hanger, a little bit of wire and some paper-mache paste, and within 20 minutes you got yourself a ghoul for inside the house. You spend a little more time on it, you can get a little more detailed. That project was rushed just a little bit, but I mean, the options are endless. Super easy. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you tune in for another session later on. And remember, keep making something from nothing.